What's up, folks? I'm here with PK1, the man, the maestro, the DJ, everything else. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm blessed, man. It's an honor to be here with the Rouge Collection.
Well, we're glad to have you. So tell me what's going on with PK right now.
Right now, at this moment, I'm just kind of like focusing on what I do, the craft of DJing, the promotion aspect, trying to do as much as I can musically where I am, and trying to touch as many people outside of my area as I can musically as well.
So tell me, how did you get started being a DJ and doing everything that you do in music?
Well, actually, when I was younger, when I was in high school, I used to be the person that had all the CDs, all the new music. People used to depend on me to bring my CDs to help the DJ out. Never thought I would DJ, and I left the country at the age of 19, and I found myself overseas looking for a way to stay connected with America. Like, it's very difficult to be somewhere else and not hear your music or not be able to share your culture. So I just got into DJing. Like, that was the easiest way to pretty much explain where I come from. Music is basically the basis of telling people where you're from or what you represent. It has a strong influence. So I started DJing parties in Latin America, in the Caribbean. I got really good, started battling, doing all the bashments and stuff. Then the next thing I know, I was right back here in Louisiana looking for something to do part-time, and you know, I had DJ equipment, and I just went ahead and expanded it.
Okay, so you said at 19 you left the country. Where'd you go?
I went to a place called Havana, Cuba. I was selected as one of the first 50 Americans to be able to study medicine in a Latin American country called Cuba. I took the scholarship, and I left my sophomore year in college, and I went to Havana, Cuba, the Latin American School of Medicine. There I was with 32 other countries studying medicine. I had to learn Spanish, of course, and all my classes was in Spanish, all of the material, everything. It was learning the third world Latino form of medicine, which is kind of like what America is getting back to medically with Obamacare and things of that nature, kind of like the socialist movement of medicine. And I spent 6 years there, and my last year, unfortunately, the year of Katrina, was the year that my school lost its accreditation.
Wow.
So a lot of my credits didn't transfer into America, and I came here. My first time in Louisiana was 2 weeks before Katrina.
Wow.
And I was scheduled to take my Board 1, Step 1, and Step 2 exams at Tulane University, which was submerged by water 2 weeks later. And that's when I made a decision that I wasn't going to continue in the medical field as such. You know, I still dib and dab in it, but that pretty much changed the dream I had medically.
And so what shifted has kind of just opened the door for where you are right now in life.
Definitely. If it wasn't, sometimes I ask God, like, why did that happen? Or, you know, am I supposed to be a doctor? Am I doing something wrong? But learning the Latino culture, the Caribbean culture, learning to speak these different languages, learning different people helped me be a better person, a better entertainer. It gave me some prospect on music. It helped me like open up like a Pandora box musically that I've been able to use to my advantage. And you know.
So what would you say, being that you've seen the world, seen different aspects of the world, what would you say separates the cultures musically?
I basically just rhythm. Like, people do different things with rhythm. The biggest thing in music is the rhythm, actually. Most of the people that like music, they like it because it gives them a certain feeling, gives them a certain rhythm. R&B lovers, they like to chill, they like to vibe out. Rappers, they like the hard beat with the hi-hat. Latino people, they like everything with the pop, with the offbeat movements, the salsa, the merengue. And music uplifts the soul, and that's the biggest thing. Every culture has something musically, from even if you go back to Africa, it's the beat. The beat makes you want to dance, it makes you want to move, and that carries over into every other culture. And I think musically, each culture brings something to the table that comes out when you don't even realize it. A lot of rappers cross into reggae, a lot of reggae artists try to be rappers. A lot of dancing techniques are middle-aged, medieval dancing techniques, or techniques all the way from Africa that are, you know, translated into bounce or translated into a different form of dancing. So I think basically, to answer that question, it's just the feeling that you get with music is different. Each and every person has a different playlist that's like the soundtrack to their life, really.
Soundtrack.
I try to tap into everybody's soundtrack. I got 4 hours to tap into your soundtrack.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's as real as it gets. I mean, I try to think of everything in that aspect. I take the DJ thing really serious because you're in front of a lot of people. A lot of people pay money to enjoy what you do. They don't just want to stand around. They want you to move them. They want you to touch them. And I basically try to figure out through music, I try to figure out how I could touch you, how I could get you to dance, how I could get you to go get that girl's number, how I could get that girl to go over there and talk to that guy. And most clubs want me to try to make you figure out how I can make you thirsty, how I can make you go get a drink.
And if you dance long enough, you're going to go get a drink.
Right. If you come to a PK1 event, you're definitely going to get thirsty at some point. So, I definitely try to just tap into everybody's soundtrack. I don't like to say music provided by or PK1 on the ones and twos. I like to say soundtrack provided by, because if I could follow you all day for one day, I would want to be able to play music for everything you go through. When you're on your way to work, when you're on your way to use the bathroom, I want to have elevator music when you're taking, when you're using number 2 and whatnot. I want to do the whole aspect, That's how much my love is for the whole DJ.
So one day I'm gonna get you to come walk behind me and DJ.
We can do that, man. Hey, I'm totally with that, man. I'm totally with all the wireless technology out now. I'm sure we can make that happen.
Okay, so tell me, DJing in Baton Rouge now. I've been to some events that you DJed and they're crazy. People moving all night. What do you think our city is lacking musically?
I don't think our city is lacking anything musically. I can't come here as an out-of-towner and say that Baton Rouge is lacking this. I would say that the culture of Baton Rouge has somewhat deterred the capability of the music, meaning that I can't find a place where I can let people of multiple races party at the same time. It's an either-or situation. And that's not really the music. That's really just the mindset of the people. I'm in Louisiana. I'm on this side of the Mason-Dixie, Being from Chicago and going to Latin American countries, there's a lot of togetherness and a lot of understanding of cultures. But here, you're either doing a black urban event, or you're doing a black professional event, or you're doing a white urban event, or you're doing a white professional event, or you're doing a college event, or it's really broken down. A Latino party is a Latino party. A reggae party is a reggae party. And that was the hardest thing I had to adjust here. I used to say a lot of things, Baton Rouge doesn't allow this, doesn't allow that. And I had to realize, I had to live it to realize these people don't know how to party with each other. They haven't been exposed to it. Right. And not a lot of people leave town and come back. I mean, you could ask some of the Southern graduates, some of the LSU graduates, some people that are exposed to it, when they leave and they come back from New York or Atlanta, they're like, man, I can't believe, 80% of the music I'm hearing in the club is all based on this. There's so much other music. But if you're just here, you don't really know that. The radio station doesn't expand to it. I mean, it's just not a force. Like, everyone's very content where they are. So to be a DJ like myself, I've had to learn how to fit this market, fit that market, and fit this market in order to be able to do multiple things, just not to limit myself.
So what do you have going on right now? What's next with PK1?
Well, right now I'm working on this internet thing. Like I'm really trying to touch as many people nationally and internationally as I can. I spent the first 5 years of my career in Baton Rouge doing things from AAA to Clicks to the station to the Capitol, DJing from Lafayette to Monroe to Shreveport, Hammond, New Orleans. I've done that every week for the last 3 years, and what I realized is I'm really content with DJing in the party scene in Louisiana, but my desire to touch people is to expose Louisiana's musical culture to other people. Like, I'm looking at it as, I lived in Chicago and I knew about the No Limit movement and all of that, but I didn't understand how influential and strong it was here. Boosie, Webby, Kevin Gates, all these rappers here, they have influence outside of here because people outside of here have interest in knowing how we live down here.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing now. Like, how can I get on Shade 45 XM radio? How, as a core DJ or as a go DJ, I can expose everything from my neighborhood to my state to other neighborhoods and other states, because they'll definitely find interest. I've been here 7 years and I'm extremely interested in everything that happens in this city alone.
What's your real name?
My real name? I have a lot of names, but my government name is Lawrence Thaddeus Jones. My family and friends call me Thaddeus. PK is actually a derivative. It's a creation of my imagination. Someone asked me on the spot, what's your DJ name? And when I was growing up in church, my dad is a pastor, and they always referred to the preacher's kids as PKs. And I was the firstborn, and so I always called myself PK, PK1, PK1, and it just kind of grew into like, you know, that DJ name. But
so the pastor's kid is rocking the party.
The preacher's kid is rocking the parties, and I see no harm in that. You know, what better hands would you want to be in than someone that'll take you up there and then slowly bring you down so you won't make no stupid decisions.
That's dope. PK, at the end of all of our interviews, we ask a signature question. If you could say one thing to every single person in the world, what would it be and why?
I would tell them to cherish each and every moment. And I don't mean that just in a literal sense. I mean each and every moment. Even if it's musically, whether you're in a club, whether you're in your car on your way to work, cherish that moment, enjoy that moment, because you'll never have it back. Traveling all over the world, going to Cuba, that whole experience is something that I've used to kind of like create who I am today. And everything I do, I try to cherish that moment. And why? Because you'll never have it back. You'll never be able to duplicate it. You'll never be able to repeat it. It's just one of those things where at the end of my life, I want to be able to say I made a difference, and I want to be able to say that I did as much as I singularly could, but that I helped a collective group do something as well. So just cherish the moment. Musically, party-wise, wherever you decide to go, whatever you decide to do, just cherish that. Honor that.
That's dope. If people want to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you, PK?
Right now, the biggest thing I'm working on is my website, www.djpk1. It's powered by Publishing Shack, my girl Kiwi out there. I'm really trying to get on the internet base and to get my mixtape values up and just my thoughts as a DJ to get them out there. They can also get at me on Twitter. It's P_K_1. I know the underscore is difficult, but it's worth it. P_K_1 on Twitter. You can get at me on Instagram, the DJ PK1 on Instagram, and you can email me at thedjpk1@gmail.com. I don't really give phone numbers out because them change from time to time, but I guarantee if you get at me at one of them entities, my manager will get to you directly, or I will. Or you can find me in Baton Rouge at your nearest club, New Orleans, Hammond, Lafayette, or you can hit Gary up. He know how to get a hold of me. You know, it's really simple.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you coming by.
I appreciate the time, man. Shout out to the Rouge Collection, man. Y'all thought I was going to say something else, I wasn't.
Thank you.